Yeah. Yeah. So my way of helping is to give you certain advice and to give you direction in clear ways. Yeah, like don't kill anybody. Yeah, that's pretty clear. Yeah, and but how you kill is not clear. Yeah, and suicide is killing. Yeah, so don't kill anybody. Yeah, don't mistreat anybody because in the end it kills them. It's part of what helps them die early. Yeah. So there's 10 non-virtuous deeds that I recommend you get rid of. Yeah. And you all got a real good chance you haven't done hardly any of these. Yeah. So it's really not much to get rid of. I mean, when was the last time you killed someone? So right there you can check that one off. Yeah. But it's not as easy as you think. You don't know. You really don't know. Yeah. So let's just make a commitment that for here on out, you don't kill anybody. Yeah. And that means anybody, and including you. Yeah. So you have to give yourself the longest life you can. Because the opposite is the choice of slowly but surely killing you to have a shorter life. That's a sin. Yeah. And people do it every day. I can go on, and I will, point out, the things that we should pretty much turn away from. Yeah. But let's show on the screen, the 10 little recommendations. These are things you have to abandon. Yeah. First, you need to be aware of. So these are 10 non-virtuous deeds: killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, divisive speech, abusive speech, idle speech, covetousness, harmful intent, and wrong views. I mean, imagine killing and lying are right next to each other. Yeah. Killing and divisive speech right next to each other. Yeah. Killing and abusive speech right next to each other. Yeah. Killing and idle speech. Yeah. Right next to each other. These, of all the things I could recommend, you can avoid, you can let go of, you can abandon, that would make the biggest difference in the world toward not killing. Yeah? It would really put you on the path of harmlessness if you can abandon these things. Yeah? Like if you have to go to war, or you have to do things because you're in this situation in the world today. You really have to struggle with this first one. You really do. But what about all the others? Stealing. Gosh, first job you got. We're talking pencils, paper. Yeah. Little things, big things, anything. Just not right. Yeah. And it's bigger than you think. Yeah. Really, it weighs. Yeah. Yeah. It's a vice. It's not just a vice, but it's the opposite of a virtuous deed. Yeah? Just simply by leaving it there. Go get your own. Yeah? In any way, shape, or form. Yeah? Sexual misconduct. Yeah? How far can we go? You know, how many things could be pointed out? Yeah? It could be ridiculous. Yeah? Yeah? So the main thing would be self. Yeah? How much are you self-absorbed? Yeah? Yeah? How much is it just in the self alone? You know, a big part of your being, a big part of your feeling, thinking, you know, an attitude or a feeling that has to be, yeah, fulfilled or something. Yeah. Or its relationship to lying and divisive speech. Yeah. The two work together. You can go ahead and put the camera on me. Is the camera on? Me? Yeah, great. Yeah. So lying and divisive speech, yeah, the two are very much in the same energetic field. And all of this is energy. Yeah? All of this is just a buildup, a process that allows the end product, killing. Yeah? It's a weakening all the way through. Yeah? Yeah? Just down here, wrong views. Yeah? What if you follow a corrupt attitude, a corrupt boss, a corrupt father, a corrupt country? You know, and the pressure's so intense. You know, it includes killing, stealing, lying, every single one of these things. Yeah, it's a gang. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, even high school may not include killing, but it does include killing a person's reputation. Yeah, then you got to add all the rest of those. Yeah, yeah, and imagine what you do to yourself. You know, wrong views. Start there, and you'll start working your way up. Yeah, you just have a wrong view. Oh, I'm such a piece of shit. You know, anything negative, anything you got is a wrong view. That's like that, a wrong view. You know, it's harmful intent. Yeah, and you can't. You know. Then you can go back to wrong view and go, yeah, I'm such an asshole. Whoa, wait a minute. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm trying to say. Does it make sense? Yeah? Because it'll keep covetousness. Yeah? What if the person holds on to themselves so negatively? Yeah? They covet their unwholesomeness or their lack of comparing to others or abilities or identity or any of those expectations. Does that make sense? Because that makes you, you know, covetous. Yeah. And then idle speech. You know, and if you ain't got nothing to say something. You know, you want to keep the conversation going. You don't want to, you know, you don't want people to think that you're, you know, not interesting or interested or whatever, you know, because there is this thing. People have a tendency to want to talk, you know, for whatever reason, you know, but it's like it needs to happen. Yeah. Yeah. So that idle speech, you know, could lead to abusive speech. What if you're talking someone shit? You know, talking shit about someone. Yeah. 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 And then divisive speech. Yeah. Well, talking shit about someone is pretty divisive. Does it make sense? Yeah. Just having those thoughts. And this includes you, yourself. Yeah, it doesn't have to be anybody outside of you. It's just kind of like is a bad deed. It's how life kind of takes up life. Yeah. Does that make sense? So getting rid of any of these, especially wrong view, but getting rid of any of these, yeah, that's my thing. That's what I ask, for anybody to focus on. And then how to do that is this other thing. Can you put that one up? These are six words of advice. Yeah. Yeah. These were given to Naropa, it was given to Naguma, it was given to Marpa, all the way down the line. From Tolopa on. I gave this little bit of advice. First I started off, they come up with, and they're really nervous, and they really are, I mean, that's where they come from. It's normal, yeah? And they want to know how. How do you stop it? Lots of things, Yeah, well, how do you stop this too, Yeah, well, lots of things, Yeah, but you just sit there, and you're so calm, yeah? And you laugh at stuff like you don't care. But we know you care, How do you do it? Yeah. So let me give you some advice. Yeah. First, start off. Relax. Yeah. Relax. Just relax. But to do that, you have to not try and recall. Yeah. How do you try not to recall? Yeah. That means you try not to remember yesterday. Yeah. Past events, anything that has to do with recalling what might have happened or what did happen. It doesn't matter. Yeah. 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 Get rid of that one. That'll help a lot. Yeah. Then don't imagine. Yeah. Yeah. Put yourself in a place to where you let go of what just might come. Yeah? You know how that is. Yeah? Oh, boy, this will be a lot better once this happens. Yeah? Yeah. If you can let that go, yeah? And then don't think. Don't think. Let go of what is happening now. Yeah? That's what you're thinking about. It makes you think. Yeah? Just being here now makes you think, but hey, don't think. Yeah, just don't think. Yeah. And don't examine. Don't try to figure anything out. Yeah. Okay, now this is going to get serious. Yeah. 'Cause now it's all this that I'm asking you to do is stopped. And it's starting to go, wait a minute here now, just a minute. I can get no thinking, I can get, don't imagine, but what about don't examine? Don't try and figure anything out. How am I going to get anything done if I don't try and figure anything out? Well, you have to consider that there's more to consider. Yeah? Don't control. Yeah? That's part of what it is you're trying to figure out. Trying to figure out how it's going to work, how it's going to come about, Yeah, all that energy goes into it. Yeah. So don't try and make anything happen. Yeah. Oh no, now this is really going to be, major bleeding of the eyes. You can put me back on camera if I'm not. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it just, because it's just going to, how's that possible? Yeah. Don't try and make anything happen. Yeah. But you have to. Yeah. These are the first teachings I gave, after Gautama Buddha died, and everybody's real still nervous and not enlightened, and they needed what it was without all the extra teaching, and this is what I gave. And this is what I give today. Yeah, same teaching. Yeah, you got to go through this. You got to drop. Yeah, yeah. When you get to, don't try to make anything happen. Don't control. Yeah. The next one comes, how do you do any of this? Yeah. Rest. Right now. Yeah. And rest. Just relax. Yeah. And while you're relaxing, don't recall anything. Don't imagine. Relax. And relax more. Every time this comes up, relax. Rest. And then what happens? Everything gets done. Yeah? What it is you really need to do, you're going to get up and go do it. Yeah? Because it's in the action. You're giving yourself all the energy now. Yeah? You're not wasting it in Mara. Yeah? You were having conversations with Mara. I'm asking you to stop. Let's get this worked out. Let's get it done. Yeah? Yeah? And let's not take on any more impurities while getting it done. Yeah? You can't, with all this, you can't be selfish. Yeah? I'm not in control. Now, it's not a complaint after a while, because for a long time, it's like, well, I'm not in control. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, well, no, I'm not in control. Right? Who is? Well, wait a minute, what are you saying? Yeah? Yeah, because in reality, you're not in control. Yeah? But you need to see it from this place where this is what you're taught and this is what you agree, and the only reason why you say you're not in control is because you want to help. And you can help by exhibiting love. And love is a virtue. It's a virtue. It comes by being second ray, and that means you can freaking rest and relax. Because if you ever meet a Buddha, that's exactly what they're doing. It's exactly what they're doing. That's why you see them sitting like this. That's why if you ever know me, that's where I'm at 24/7. I am rest and relax at all times. Yeah. And it's not like an outcome of enlightenment. It's actually the foundation of our very nature. Yeah. It's just Mara that gives us all that third ray pushed down. Yeah. And just the first initiation, how we initiate anything, yeah, is that we have this self-energy that wants to, just goes, let go of what has passed. Try that. Yeah. Yeah. It's really easy. It's real easy. Yeah. Because there's so much to be in the present. Yeah. Just by being relaxed, by being nothing. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to explain. Yeah. It's one has to really move through. Yeah. But you'll find that as you go through this, you'll be influenced by the ability to see other people do the things that they're tripping up on right now, that they're having problems to be able to figure out. Yeah? Consistent things that don't seem to get worked out. Yeah? Yeah. If we all, even if it's just one at a time, if we all try and follow this and let go, we'll find that we're not adding any hooks to the process. Does that make sense? No one person is at fault. The problem is Mara. The problem is the astral plane. The problem is that you're not a student of Buddha and you're not following the practice that keeps you out of that while existing in this life. Does that make sense? Because while existing in this life, we all got a problem. It's psychic. Yeah? It's not a material world. It's a psychic world. Yeah? And unless you take control of it by relaxing a lot, then that psychicism is going to control you. And you just don't know that it even exists. You think it's you. You think it's your personality. You think it's your personal life and all your personal friends and all your personal problems and all the things that go on. And it's just Mara. Does that make sense? Yeah? So these are the two things. 6 words of advice as to how to get through the process, and how to increase the natural ability to not move through those non-virtuous acts, how to let go of those things. Because you really can't see them or witness them or know that they even exist until you calm down, and relax and let go, and then you can realize what it is that you need to abandon. Are you looking at things kind of wrong? Like when you look at things wrong, it means that you have a possible negative view, negative outcome, negative experience in life. That's a wrong view. It's not really that way. It could be that way, but if you're a Buddhist practitioner, you got to lift it up, and you got to make it not that way in your mind. Because there is more of the outcome of a path on the way out, to get out of it, than there is to be stuck in it and constantly, abandoned in this world as though there's no way out. Does that make sense? There is. You got to relax. You got to do these things I'm advising. And all those other things that I'm saying that you need to drop will drop automatically. All right. Now we meditate. Yay. Okay, you ready? Okay, just close your eyes. Repeat after me. I invoke the power, the love, the wisdom of my ashram, soul, and monad.
I invoke the power, the love, and the wisdom of my ashram, soul, and monad.
To guide me into the right activity in the plan.
To guide me into the right activity in the plan.
To clarify and stimulate my mind.
To clarify and stimulate my mind.
To transform and transmute my feelings and emotions.
To transform and transmute my feelings and emotions.
To energize and vitalize and heal my physical and etheric body.
To energize and vitalize and heal my physical and etheric body.
So there is a normal flow of energy in my physical and etheric body.
So there is a normal flow of energy in my physical and etheric body.
Through this day and every day, I ask this in the name of the Christ, to serve the One.
Through this day and every day, I ask this in the name of the Christ, to serve the One.
All in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
All in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Okay, take a deep breath. Sit erect. Be relaxed. Be in a position of physical comfort. Withdraw your consciousness inward in slow, successive stages, using your imagination. Your imagination is a creative activity, producing definite inner changes. You can depend on this, for it is one of the forces of influencing substance itself. Withdraw your consciousness from the physical brain. After you have centered it deeply in the brain, withdraw it and place it to the astral body. From the astral body to the mind. Now recognize yourself as being an integrated personality. From the integrated personality to the soul. Focus upon seeing a thread of golden light which connects these three bodies. The body of your physical brain, your astral body, and back to the mind. Keeping your consciousness steadily in the head, at the center between the eyebrows, the ajna center. This thread, dual in nature, like two golden cables intertwined, passing from the heart and head, and connects you as a personality with the soul. When you have carried it upwards and seen it aligning and relating all three aspects of the personality, then pause in your meditation and quietly, silently realize that you are now face to face with your own soul and standing before the angel of the presence, who is yourself. You, the personal self, and the angel, the divine self, are one essential reality, manifesting through three aspects. You are therefore a reflection of the Trinity of Deity. There is in reality no separation or duality, no I or thou, but simply God in manifestation, whose nature is light. Then say to yourself, having pervaded this world of the little manifested self with one fraction of myself, I remain greater, wider, and overshadowing all my daily living. Focus upon this in thought for 5 minutes. Then say, through the magical power of my nature, revitalize, redeem, reabsorb this fraction dwelling in the body. Focus upon this in mind for 5 minutes. Then carry the life and light of the angel of the presence back again consciously into the body, and know it to be there, illuminating your mind, rendering positive quiescence of your astral nature, and invigorating and stimulating your physical body. Do this slowly, using your will. Then send forth the incoming light and love in strength and blessings to all your brothers and sisters, to all your immediate family and environment whom you seek to aid, to all distressed humanity. Then say aloud, may the energy of the Divine Self inspire, and the light of the soul direct. May I be led from darkness to light, from the unreal to the real, from death to immortality.
expressed as the soul. I invoke the sense of hearing in the seventh ray, hearing the word of God, the word of power. I invoke the sense of touch and the first ray as the finger of God. I invoke the sense of sight as the third ray, as the eye of God. I invoke the sense of taste as the sixth ray, as the desire of all the nations. I invoke the sense of smell as the fourth ray, the beauty of revelation. I invoke the sense of intellect as the fifth ray, as the knowledge of God. I invoke the sense of intuition as the second ray, the understanding of God. I call upon the synthesis of the seven rays to be expressed through your personality. As the first ray of ideas, the mental body, the purpose, your life. Second ray of ideals, the astral body and your quality. The third ray of items, your physical body and your form. the fourth kingdom of humanity in balance. The fifth ray, the third kingdom, the animals. The sixth ray, the second kingdom, vegetables. The seventh ray, the first kingdom, minerals. I call upon the relationships of all the kingdoms to penetrate the personality of humanity and express its collective soul. The seventh ray and the fourth ray as the mineral kingdom. The second ray, the fourth ray, and the sixth ray as the vegetable kingdom. The third ray and the sixth ray as the animal kingdom. The fourth ray and the fifth ray as the human kingdom. The fifth ray and the second ray as the egoic soul. The sixth ray and the third ray as planetary lives. The first ray and the seventh ray as solar lives. I call upon the seven rays of all the nations to penetrate the planet Earth, to bring forth the geomantic relationships of the soul, to integrate the egoic ray and the personality ray of each nation, and to express its true expression, to make manifest peace on earth as one living whole body of God. I call upon India to bring forth its fourth ray of personality and to integrate its first ray of soul to manifest the hidden light. I invoke China to bring forth its third ray personality, to integrate its egoic soul into its first ray, to manifest as the indication of the way. I invoke Germany to bring forth its first ray of personality, to integrate its egoic soul of fourth ray, to preserve the truth. I invoke France and its third ray personality to integrate its fifth ray of egoic soul to release the light. I invoke fourth ray personality to integrate its sixth ray soul, to carve the two paths. I invoke the United States and its sixth ray personality to integrate its second ray soul, to light the way. I invoke Russia and its sixth ray personality to integrate its seventh ray soul, to link the two ways. I invoke Australia and its fifth ray personality to integrate its fourth ray soul and serve the lighted way. I invoke Spain and its seventh ray personality to integrate its sixth ray soul, to disperse the clouds. I invoke Brazil and its second ray personality to integrate its fourth ray soul, to hide the sea. I invoke the entity of this planet, the planetary logos, to incarnate the life and the beingness of this planet. I invoke the expression of the second ray force into both the personality and the egoic rays of the nation, and the personality and the egoic ray of humanity, to fuse itself and its light into its healing process. I invoke the esoteric law of solar energy to make manifest the cosmic force of light, love, and peace. serve the group, and in this serving live within the body, detached, a son of God. I know myself. I infuse a body. I am its life, and in that life shall I see life. That life is known as love. I am the love of God. I know the Father, and I know His life is love. I am the body and its loving light. I am the self, whose quality is love. I am the life of God Himself. The Mother, Father, Son, am I. Behind these three stands the unknown God. That God am I. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of mankind. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of mankind. May Christ return to earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men and women, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, we call the race of mankind. Let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. I call upon the one most high God to let the disciple know the nature of his Lord of love. Seven, the aspects of love of God. Seven, the colors of the manifesting one. Sevenfold, the word. Seven, the energies. And and sevenfold the path back to the center of peace. Let the disciple live in love and love in life. The soul is the Son of God, a product of the union of spirit and matter. The soul is an embodiment of consciousness of mind, the expression of divine intelligent awareness. The soul is a unity of energy, vibrating in unison with one of the seven ray lives and colored by a particular ray of light. The personality of the soul is the embodiment of love, applied intelligently, producing an attractive form which will serve to express that loving intelligence. The soul is intended to be the embodiment of divine purpose, applied in great active creativity, which produces the power of creative love. We are born of the love of Father for the Mother, of the desire of life for form. Express the love, the magnetic attractiveness of God's nature, and the responsiveness of form nature, and the I am consciousness itself of the awareness of deity in life.
Okay, just relax. Okay, open your eyes. All right. So, the teachings that I give are really pretty specific and clear and kind of easy to understand, yeah? The difficulty is the process of being able to achieve those things, yeah? And the discernment and discrimination to know whether or not you really have, yeah? And that's part of the process, yeah, is that you really don't know, yeah? And that it's an ongoing situation. Any given circumstance or process could immediately trigger and bring back old habits or old processes, you know. So the best thing to do is build as much space as you can between those events, yeah, and have purification take place, joy, happiness, good things, whatever, you know, but build it, you know, and then when it happens again, go use what I say. Rest, relax, be quiet, yeah, do everything you possibly can, because for whatever reason, and it's not for you to analyze or do all those things that I say to avoid, you know, because you have no idea what's going on, yeah. I mean, if you're around me, you would know a person who throws up a lot, yeah, you know. You wouldn't think that that's what I do, you know, but that's what I do. I'm driving a car, I have to pull over, I throw up, you know. I do it so often that, you know, I can control the process by yogically relaxing, yeah, giving myself as much relaxing as I can, because I'm driving 60 miles an hour and I'm in the, you know, and, you know, you can't just pull over and you know, you got to throw up, yeah, you know. So, and it happens to me a lot because it's impurities transferring, you know, on the planet, not from people I know or circumstances I'm in, but that always is the logical process that goes on while I'm in this thing, while I'm throwing up, you know. It doesn't really make matters any better, you know, but anyway, it still happens, right? So yogically, I have all these different spontaneous yogic abilities that come into play during the process of releasing impurities very quickly, yeah, and it works. And I don't do any teaching along that line. I don't do anything about that, but I do share the fact that if you're ever around me, you'll notice that is what really does go on with me. It happens quite often, and it's mainly because I'm not in your intellectual world. There's a process to where you can kind of go, well, it's because of this person's situation, you know, that might have done it. But in my situation, you know, it could be the onset of a potential nuclear holocaust. Yeah, and the working out of a large group of people all of a sudden who are having reactive responses and ideas and destructive, all these things that I'm asking people to abandon, I am aware of, yeah, on high. Yeah, when it's really dangerous, it comes directly to me. And I do what is required. I rest. I do what is required for that group. You know, I rest for them. Yeah, and no matter how evil they are, no matter how, and whatever it is, I have no logic behind it. You know, it is what it is, and it always is a process of purification and healing of dark forces that are extremely dangerous toward humanity and the outcome of our future. You know, so that's what I do, and that is what we all do. And the more sensitive you get, you know, the more that kind of thing happens. But in this world, as I go through this world, I purify this world. So you're not going to end up on a cross going through the fourth initiation. I did that. You don't get to do that. You don't do that. Yeah, I did that for you. Yeah, you don't have to go through any of the initiations that I went through. Yeah, yeah, you have an overshadowing process. Yeah, that's why they say take refuge. That's why they say you go through Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's why they say enter the house of God. Yeah? Leave the rest behind. Yeah? You are not abandoned, but you do have to behave. Yeah? And you could stay as long as you behave. Yeah? Does that make sense? Yeah? You know, because there's no formula. You can't pay anything. You can't get graduated. You know, it's no this day you are enlightened, therefore you know. It never happens. You know, it is a life of the ability to respond, and I am Mr. Super Respond. Yeah, and I'm so second ray that my ability to do my work is not inhibited. Yeah, because I do it no matter what. Yeah, you know. But the process, it takes a great deal of my higher mind. You know, like formulating this monastery and keeping it into a state of construction perfectly. You know, and designing all these tools. I'm doing it all within a very small, precise period of time. Yeah, with not one person. You know, going, maybe you could do, maybe you do, nothing, not a thing like that. Because I am so far out there in the process of bringing this down, it happens really fast. I'm not like people, yeah? I'm receiving, I'm not channeling, yeah? I'm just a master of masters, yeah? And I need to do my work. And you can't even consider, you know, how to help me out. Yeah? You can't step in front of me and go, let me take care of that for you. You know, because I'm vroom through it in a matter of seconds. You know, it's just nothing you could do. The best I could do is make way for you. You know? Create all these technologies, create this new world, manifest this in this direction, and you stay calm. Yeah? And you move through those things and use those things as a service, you know, and I'll do my thing. Yeah, I'm like doing puja or whatever, you know, because my whole thing is that I have a fourth ray soulful energy and I have a second ray personality energy, which is an intensely creative force. Intensely creative. Yeah? And it may look like I'm not doing much, but I am building towards something that I'm going to do, that I'm going to orchestrate, that I'm going to give to humanity. And it's going to lay down just like my tools. It's going to lay down just like this monastery. But I have to be in that responsive state. Okay, I'm going to go do this right now. This is what I'm doing right now. You know, and I just do that. And it is like hell trying to pull it off. You should have seen what I had to go through to make the tapes. I was being slapped in the face at the same time. Every time I walked out of the studio, a lady would slap me in the face, telling me what an absolute asshole I am for using the meditations that are used in the old teachings of Tibetan Buddhism that she followed too, like Chenrezig Z and, you know, things like that. You know, as though it was hers and hers alone. Yeah? Yeah? I mean, I'm not even going to come out and talk about it. You know what I mean? You know, it was just the outraged reality of me trying to move forward. Another time, I did a 90-day meditation all night long. And while I'm doing these tapes, and the same person, yeah, is out there midnight. What are you doing? You should be in bed. Why are you out here? Can you imagine? Yeah. And I'm still doing it. Well, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do... And I put a very strong electric charge around me so no one can get in. Keeping this lady out. You know, wasn't an intention to harm her or anything, but I needed this because I was really working in transmission against extremely evil extraterrestrial and other forces that were taking place at that time, creating a war of beyond your wildest imagination that was stopped within 90 days. Yeah. You know, so this, even though I pull it off, you know, it's all done spontaneously. It's like, you know, I call this person, get a pyramid here, I call this person, set this up, I tell this person, go get a studio, you know, all this is done within 24 hours. No one knows anything's going to happen, I don't even know. Yeah, it's all spontaneous. Fourth ray, second ray. Does it make sense? That's how I work, yeah? But a lot of times I'm in that second ray, fourth ray energy, and the energy of the fourth ray is more harmony through conflict. Yeah, because that's the energy. That's what I'm sitting in, you know? So it takes me quite a bit to jump up into that and then pull off something, orchestrate it, finalize it, and give it. Yeah, like a darshan, or even this meditation. You cannot imagine the forces that keep me from being able to do this correctly. And yet it could be done masterfully. But it's all about time. Whether or not my fourth ray and second ray is in that state where we're on a divine planet. Because we're not supposed to have a fourth ray second here, you know, unless this is a divine planet. Does it make sense? So I don't, you know, I'm not like saying like, you got to be super divine, but I am, you know, I am, you know, all the time, 24/7, yeah, 24/7, yeah. There's never a vacation. There's never a day off. I do not know the difference between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's all a holy day. I am on the job, 24/7, you know. But I'm not. That's not the way it is around me. That's not the way I'm seen. Make sense? It's like I have free time. It's like I have, you know, I'm free to be a person. I'm not free to be a person. Does it make sense? Yeah. Okay, enjoy.